Oh yes, it's SpongeBob! Oh my goodness, this is my favorite Nicktoon ever! He's one of the most celebrated cartoons worldwide, and I love almost every single episode of it. My favorite has to be the first 3 seasons of the character, and I am so excited that SpongeBob is about to get his 3rd movie, Sponge on the Run! Oh my goodness, great things are coming to the character. But wait, there is something cool that I got from the mail today. So this is what came into the mail today. Let's go ahead and read it, guys. Dear Mac, there is a surprise in your review set. Signed, SpongeBob Squarepants. And look, X marks the spot. I wondered what that could mean. Oh my goodness, it cannot be real. This is totally a dream come true. It can't be. It can't be. It's the DVD to the Spongebob Movie, featuring SpongeBob himself. And it's a part of the 6th movie Nickelodeon collection. Oh, this is so awesome! The SpongeBob Squarepants movie is a 2004 animated film directed by the late, great Steven Hillenburg, and it stars the original cast of the SpongeBob Squarepants TV show. Voices of Tom Kenny of SpongeBob, Bill Faggerbakke as Patrick, Mr. Lawrence as Plankton, and so many other roles. And what really surprised me is that there is a guest star in the movie, Scarlet Johansson, who plays Mindy the Mermaid. The movie is about SpongeBob and Patrick that have to go save King Neptune's crown from the evil Cyclops from Shell City. And their journey is not easy as they have to fight, you know, gang members, sea monsters, the big scary Cyclops guarding Shell City. And while they are doing it, unfortunately, the evil Plankton has an evil plan. It is called Plan Z, and that is where he accuses Mr. Krabs of stealing King Neptune's crown, and also puts mind control over the citizens of Bikini Bottom. So this mission is very complex for SpongeBob and Patrick, but it's met with a lot of fun and excitement. This movie really does bring back a lot of childhood memories for me. I could remember being 5 years old when this film got released, and the amount of excitement I had knowing that SpongeBob would get his very first movie. And this was back in the year 2004, the golden age of SpongeBob during the first 3 seasons, and especially back in the time when Steven Hillenburg was the big mastermind of all the jokes and the episodes. And this was also the time that we got some of the classic SpongeBob episodes, you know, like the camping episode, the FUN song, squirrel jokes, Gary takes a bath, Sweet Victory. You could name all of the amazing episodes that are in seasons 1 through 3 of SpongeBob SquarePants. And SpongeBob is given a time to shine through his own movie, and this is a movie that is just so exciting, and it never feels boring from start to finish. There are a lot of things to praise from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. First of all, this movie is just pure excitement. Everyone's going to have fun with this movie, especially if you are a big SpongeBob fan, because this is a movie very dedicated to diehard SpongeBob fans all over the world. It's a lot of fun. There's a ton of funny jokes that have me laughing all the time. And another thing that I would love to praise is just the 2D animation. The animation has aged so well, and I just love how the animators took so much of their time to blend in the colors of the environment of the Bikini Bottom and Shell City and all these other places that have color. And what I also really like is some of the messages that SpongeBob and Patrick get, you know, about how no matter what people tell you, if you're a kid or not, you always have the guts to save the day and finish the job, which is something that I find really inspiring from this movie. Also really gets me about this movie is that there are a lot of plans that go wrong throughout the entire film. For an example, from the start of the film, you have SpongeBob, who is super excited to get this manager's promotion job from the Krusty Krab 2, but when he realizes that he doesn't get it, he becomes very sad. And when he's supposed to celebrate, you know, his acceptance with Patrick at the Goofy Goobers ice cream boat, you know, he ends up celebrating, but in the wrong way. And it's just the irony of storytelling and jokes like that that just make things very funny. And then when he has to be chosen for the job to get the crown of King Neptune back, that is where you're really excited for the guy. And another thing that I really love is that there are a lot of pop culture references in this movie. For an example, there are some references to Charlie Chaplin in City Lights. There's also David Hasselhoff, who makes a cameo from Baywatch, and when he is in the movie, he has a very funny runtime. I enjoyed his time there, and I thought it was a great, guest star appearance for him, since, he was a part of Baywatch, which was all about surfing and lifeguards. And then you have SpongeBob and Patrick, who are from the Bikini Bottom, which is in the ocean. I thought that was really clever about how Hillenburg actually got to have Hasselhoff included to the movie. But what most people don't realize about the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is that there are actually some mature messages in the movie. Messages about identity crisis, where SpongeBob feels very conflicted about his own identity, like, everyone sees me as a kid, and maybe should I admit it, or should I prove to them? And it's kind of like where SpongeBob says to Plankton is that you are who you are. Maybe I'm just a kid. Maybe I'm just a goofy goober. And there is also very one sad scene, to get into spoilers, where SpongeBob and Patrick dry to death in Shell City. And that part of the film kind of represented, or it shared, what's the idea of death. When you see such an innocent character like SpongeBob accepting death at his very last second. And those were things that I never knew revisiting the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I always remembered it to be so much fun. And yes, this movie is still a lot of fun and exciting. But there's even a ton of dark messages, or a few dark messages, about life in general, and how the movie had its way of expressing those themes. If I am being honest, now this might sound a little biased to some folks out there, I cannot find that many flaws with this movie. And yes, this is coming from a humongous SpongeBob fan. But also, like, the only flaws that I could really find is just, like, if there are scenes that get too goofy, or just scenes that feel like filler just for the audience to laugh, like, ha 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 ha, that was really funny, what SpongeBob and Patrick did. But nevertheless, it is a movie that is a lot of fun. It's funny, it's exciting, there's a lot of great songs, there's a lot of great references to pop culture, it's beautifully animated, it's colorful, and therefore I just have to give the SpongeBob SquarePants movie a 9 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so happy I made my first SpongeBob related video for you guys. This has been so exciting to film, and I cannot wait to make more movie reviews sometime in the future if I'm not too busy. And thank you so much for watching, guys.